Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome to episode 25 of City Skylines. I'm currently having a little bit of an issue because I'm trying to alleviate some of the traffic problems in certain parts of my city, and I'm just trying to find a way to shortcut some of the traffic onto the highway so that people don't all need to queue to go in one specific direction. I think what I'm actually going to do this time around is stick with a two-lane one-way road out of here. We're going to go up around the back of the commercial there, because we might be able to use that for something else later. We're going to go to about here, and then we're going to build up, because we need to make sure we can get over things like the rail lines and the other sort of junctions that there are around here. In fact, we might even be able to connect on there if I just dial that back a little bit. Let's go ahead and do that, actually. Let's go ahead and get rid of that piece of road and that piece of road. We'll go back to the one that I was using before. So if I go up here and page up a couple of times, not too much. We just need to be able to get over the road. We don't need to have like a huge bridge. We've got to be very careful, because otherwise we're building outside of the map boundaries, and it doesn't like that much. But we can connect up there onto the highway, and let's unpause and see if any of the traffic actually uses that as an option. What I'm hoping is that some of the traffic will go down here instead of all queuing to turn right, but it doesn't look like it's having the desired effect. Again, because this is only a two-lane road, traffic moving up here moves quite slowly, so they might still think that going this way is the quicker way. If we could make that a quicker road, we could certainly consider doing that. So what would, these roads are only 40 miles an hour. We could make it a 6-lane road one way, because these are a lot faster. Let's consider doing that then. Let's go ahead, if we can, and upgrade as much of this road as possible to a 6-lane one-way. Simply because it's faster. There's no point building a 2-lane road. And I was having this conversation with a friend the other day. We were trying to work out how... we are going to have to redesign things here a little bit. We were trying to work out what it is that makes traffic favour a particular route. And my current theory is that if traffic has to get from A to B, they consider two things, basically. They consider the length of the journey, as in how long the road is physically, and they consider the speed that they can travel on the roads. So the shortest distance might not necessarily be the quickest distance, if that makes any sense. Will that actually join up? But it won't, will it? It has, actually. Let's see if that works. So, the shortest distance isn't necessarily the quickest distance, because you might find that you have a slower road. If you can't move as quickly on that road, then taking the longer route might actually work out faster. So, sometimes if you build a shortcut, you want to make sure you're building a shortcut using faster roads, because that will mean that traffic is more likely to use the shortcut. And I don't think the AI takes into consideration traffic jams, traffic lights, junctions, because I've seen traffic that is more willing to drive through 10 intersections that are all really heavy with traffic than take a shortcut that goes to the same location, cuts out all of the junctions, doesn't have any stopping at all, but because it's either slightly longer or slightly slower, they don't take it. So that is the big issue here. Again, we don't seem to have alleviated much of this traffic. We've certainly got rid of some of it. The fact that there's traffic lights here, though, of course, are causing some problems. Somebody has actually created a mod that allows you to remove traffic lights. Yeah, somebody's actually created a mod that allows you to remove traffic lights, but I don't think I want to mess around with doing that too much. I think I'm going to make this street up here two-way as well, because that might alleviate some of the traffic. And we're going to make it two-way, and we're going to make it a 4-lane two-way street. Again, it might not work, but we'll see what we can do. So let's upgrade all of this to two-way. We've got a hospital there, so it won't let me do it all the way along, but we can sort that out. Let us relocate the hospital. We want to relocate building. We'll put you over on this side, and then we'll go back to our road tool, and we'll get. Why wouldn't you let me upgrade this section? Is there an important building here? Police station. Yeah, you can move there as well. Back to the road tool. It's this one. Upgrade. There we go. So that's now a 2-lane, well, 4-lane 2-way road. Maybe that will take some of the stress off this junction slightly, because some of the traffic can filter in this direction. Just trying to upgrade the road capacity as much as possible. We do actually seem to be getting people moving in now. We're at 410, 430 people a week. I was trying to hit the next milestone. It certainly looks like we are going that way slightly. Still got some people complaining that they're not getting enough goods to sell. It's mainly because of the lack of industry. We're still getting a lot of call for commercial, which is strange. We had commercial areas complaining they didn't have enough customers. We have commercial areas complaining they don't have enough goods to sell, but we've still got a massive call for commercial. These areas are already beginning to sprout quite well. Let's go ahead in here and put in high-tech housing. And doubles the amount of goods produced by industry buildings. Maybe we need that. So let's go in here. And do we still want this to be oil? I'm not sure that we do. I think what I want over here is we'll just have this being generic industry. And we'll set a specific policy that we want this to be industrial space planning, which basically means that it costs us a little bit more money in upkeep, but our industrial area will provide twice as many goods. So that should hopefully help out there. Obviously, the land value's gone down. They're all losing money because they've just had to abandon their businesses, but that's fine. So let's just go ahead and just keep getting rid of a lot of these untidy buildings whenever we spot them. It does feel like we're just playing whack-a-mole, really, with abandoned and burnt down buildings. But it's certainly not as bad as it was a few episodes ago. We don't have as many problems with bodies not being collected now. So that was one of the big issues that we had a little while ago. A lot of areas here burning down. What I want to make sure we've got over here is smoke detect distribution, which I think we have. Yeah, we've got smoke detector distribution. Obviously, I can see it if I zoom in enough. It does actually show you under the name, but it's because of the depth of field, it's a bit blurred and difficult to tell. That train has to make one hell of a maneuver on those bank lines. It's like look, it's like an Alton Towers roller coaster. Wow. Anyway, at least it seems to be getting there. As you can see, most of the emergency service vehicles are getting caught up in the traffic, which is probably what a lot of the issues are here. But all in all, the city's not doing too badly at the moment. It's still making... Okay, we're losing money now, which is not a good thing. Why are we losing so much money? Are we losing all of our money because of the upkeep that we're spending over here? Probably. Let's go ahead and... I mean, it is what? 6C per industrial building. We'll go ahead and untick that. What about taxation rates? Let's have a look at those, see what we can do. So, taxes, commercial. Well, we've got a massive call for commercial, so we can put commercial taxes up. That certainly shouldn't harm. 11 should be more than enough. I don't want to put residential taxes up because I still want people to be able to move in. Office space we'll put up a little bit in that as well. And we put the industrial down a bit because we're trying to encourage them to move back in. Let's put us back into the positives. And we've still got over 2 million. We're certainly not short of any money. A few buildings here not quite having their trash collected in a timely manner. Just a few of them on the outskirts there. Not sure. Your closest is... There's a few incinerators around. You shouldn't be having too much problem with your trash not being collected unless you're not attached to a road or something strange like that. Let's go ahead and consider putting the trash budget up slightly more. 130%? There's got to be enough, surely. What's everything else looking like? Water, electricity. Electricity is still fine. Water is not brilliant. Education's really low, but there again, we don't seem to be having the issues with uneducated workers anymore. Maybe we do need to get a few more educated people, though. So we're going to go in and put the education budget up to 75%. We're going to put the water budget up to 130. And we are at some point going to have to consider getting some more water pumps and some more sewage pumps. We do own some more land now that's connected to the river, so it'll certainly make it a little bit easier getting some more pumps in. And then we can go ahead and reduce the budget again after that. Just trying to check everything and see what's happening. You're not empty. Did I ask you to empty? No more room. Wow, this cemetery's full already. Well, that's fine. I guess we could go and empty it out a little bit. Now, I was trying to empty one cemetery, wasn't I? Because I was trying to move it. I can't remember which cemetery it was now, or was it this one? Yes, I wanted to move this cemetery. So you are going to relocate to here, and then I can upgrade this to a 6-lane one-way road. So you're going to be 6-lane one-way with trees, upgrade, done and done. Still can't upgrade that bit there, but as everything's filtering down into one lane anyway, because they're either going straight on or they're turning right, it's one or the other. Just had a lot of people move out there, but I think we should be okay. What type of zoning do we have on here? High density residential. Let's just go ahead and make sure all of that is filled in. More empty buildings. Now, we've got people moving out now en masse. Do we know why? Global happiness doesn't really help all that much. So let's have a look and see what we've got. We've got over 6,000 children, nearly 14,000 teens, 12,000, almost 13,000 young adults, 25,000 adults, and nearly 10,000 seniors. We have 19,500 households, of which we are only using 17,500. So we have, 2,000 households that people can still move into. Workers seems quite high, so it doesn't look like we have unemployment problems. Zoo buildings by distribution, so we've got a fair bit of office space. Now these are buildings by level. Obviously lots of different levels that you can get for residential zones. Would be nice if we could increase some of the... Where's the garbage piling up? See, again, now we're having problems with garbage, apparently. Even though everywhere looks like it's doing okay. There's a little bit over here, I suppose. Could potentially get another incinerator in. Or what we could do is enact a policy of recycling. It's expensive, but it should mean that they won't create as much rubbish. Another abandoned building over there. Looks like the industry's rebuilding itself down there, which is quite nice. Well, we are nearly up to 70,000, so we're getting close to, I think the next landmark is 70,000. It is, 70,000, so we're very much getting there. Looks like this industry is doing well. Well enough, in fact, that I should be able to go in and delete a lot of these extra pylons. And by deleting these pylons, we should have space for the rest of the industry to expand, because they should all still have some zones left in there. I don't like half these zones of unzoned because we put pylons in them. There we go. So we should get some more industry over there. How are things going over on this side in our housing area? Looks like there's a little bit of crime over here. Could probably afford to drop a small police precinct in somewhere. Guess you can go down on the main road as well. It does take a couple of houses out, but it does increase the happiness. I guess we could drop a park in as well. We don't have one around here at all. So let's go ahead and drop in a park and increase the land value and the local happiness. That certainly helps a lot. Another abandoned building. And a few more. It's always these ones up here near this main bit of road. I don't know why these ones like to abandon so much. And... yeah, things are... I think I'm now at that point where things are ticking along. I was getting really salty in the last video because I was so annoyed that even though I had lots of cemeteries and lots of incinerators, well, lots of cemeteries and lots of crematoriums, that no, people weren't having the bodies collected, and I was trying to upgrade the road and deal with traffic and things like that. You can actually go back to collecting bodies now that we've moved you. But yeah, the whole thing was just becoming so... oh, another fire. The whole thing was just becoming so annoying. I almost felt like quitting. I'm glad I didn't, though. I mean, I do still want to carry on and want to make my city prosper. I definitely want to try and get to that milestone. We are running at top speed, so we will leave that going. And just hope... We've certainly got enough space for people to move in. Still getting the notifications about some of these crossroads. I mean, yeah, certainly some of the junctions that I have built are pretty bad. Especially here, because we basically have a double crossroad. This might need to be one of those instances where we actually build another sort of flyover going in this direction. I don't think that it's too bad, though. I mean, the thing is, you've got to remember, think about cities in real life. Cities in real life have bad traffic. If it was easy to alleviate traffic problems, we'd have worked it out as a civilization a long time ago. Because, you know, cities aren't always built with traffic in mind. Well, they are to some degree, but they're never all built with the sort of high volume of traffic, especially if you look at capital cities. I mean, obviously I live in England, so somewhere like London. London's a very old city founded by the Romans, and, you know, when they built London, they weren't thinking about traffic. They were thinking about, you know, horse and carriage, if anything, chariots and such. People with sort of hand-drawn wagons. And a lot of the buildings and the layouts of the street are reminiscent of that, and as time goes on, obviously buildings have been relocated, new roads have been added, and roads have been widened, but the layout just doesn't work. And when you've got millions of people living in such a small area, and you know, everyone's commuting about their business, it does get very, very crowded. And there's just not a lot you can do about it. And the other thing is, no matter how much you try and do to alleviate traffic problems by putting in bypasses, by putting in shortcuts, extra roads, carpool lanes, charging a premium taxation for people to drive through certain areas at certain times of the day, you can never really predict the sort of mindset of some drivers who will... I mean, look at this thing here. You can never always predict the mindset of drivers and which way they're going to go. And there certainly are issues with the game. I mean, the fact that AI does do some very strange stuff. The fact that, as you can see over that other place, wherever it was I built it, put in 6 lanes of traffic, yet the traffic decides that it's going to pretty much use only 2 of them.